So the Philadelphia Eagles offense seems to be set. We have a lot of good great young players. Let me fix that right there. But we have some great young players that are going to be the core of this offense for the foreseeable future. But I know you guys are a little bit upset about the running back position. We talked about that. You guys are a little bit upset about the wide receiver 3 position. So I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 options of veterans who I think would bring a lot of value to this Eagles team. So let's talk about it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today I want to talk about some of the veterans that are still out there on the free agency market and who I think would really fit this Philadelphia Eagles team at that wide receiver 3 position. Now, before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are like 6 away from 5,000, like 6 away. So I'm not gonna say we're on the road to 5K because we're literally right down the street. We're on the road to 6K now. So let's get it. But let's get right into it, man. So I want to start with probably the funniest name in the world now. I forgot that he changed his name, but Robbie Anderson changed his name to Chosen. So Chosen Anderson, all right? The 29-year-old obviously played in Carolina, played in Arizona last year as well. Wasn't a good year for him, and honestly, I feel like throughout his career, he has underperformed, if I'm being 100% honest. I know he had a good year or two here and there, but I feel like he is a big play threat. Anytime he steps on the field, I feel like he's a big play threat. He has the speed. He has a good amount of size. He's not at the age that it's like, oh, he has to be a one-year thing. You can bring him on. If he plays well, you can bring him back. And I think he would just fit with the whole locker room. I think you look at how the culture of the offense is, and I think he would just fit perfectly in there. And obviously, like I said, he's a veteran. He's played the game before, and I don't think he's ever really had that great of a quarterback, if I'm being honest. So you go ahead and put him with 2 dogs like an A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, and then on top of that, you have a great quarterback in a Jalen Hurts who's able to get the ball to him. I say all fires go. Let's go. I would love to see that, and that helps a guy like Quez Watkins. Robbie Anderson is a guy that has went through his ups and downs. He's definitely went through his ups and downs, and I think he can kind of talk a Quez Watkins through stuff like that, because we really don't have a veteran on that offense. We really don't have a veteran on that wide receiver room. So I think adding a guy like this would be tremendous value, in my opinion. The next person I want to talk about is probably not on everybody's list, and that's fine. It's going to be T.Y. Hilton. Now, I know that the guy's 33 years old. Last year wasn't the greatest of years for him. I think he only started 3 games. I think he was in and out of games. Obviously ended up with the Cowboys. We know the whole 3rd and 30. He did that again. It is what it is. I'm not going to harp on that. But why do I think he's an option for the Eagles is because I feel like he's just a solid target. He's a guy that is going to catch the ball. He's a guy that's going to move the chains for you. Last year, he only had 10 targets. Like I said, he didn't play much last year. But on those 10 targets, he had 7 receptions, 121 yards. That's a 17.3 yard per catch clip. And this is the best part of it. Out of those 7 catches, 5 of them were first down. So he was a dependable guy on 3rd down, on, short yardage play. He was a guy that they depended on when it mattered to move the chains. So that's something I wanted to look at. And obviously we know who T.Y. Hilton has been over his career. So you're getting a vet, you're getting a guy that knows what he's supposed to do. And I think he'll accept his job. He'll accept his role because he accepted it on the Cowboys, and the Cowboys don't have the wide receiving core that we do right now. So if you're willing to sit behind a Noah Brown or whoever the heck they had as their number 2, I don't see why you would be upset about sitting behind a Devontae Smith and an A.J. Brown. So I think, again, this is a guy that can really help these young wide receivers just becoming professionals, becoming adults in the NFL world. And I think that T.Y. Hilton, again, like I said, he's a good security blanket for your quarterback. And I think he still has a little bit of explosiveness in him. Obviously, he's lost a step, but he can still get behind some cornerbacks. He can still make things happen. And even if he doesn't, he's a very, very, very solid option when it comes between the 5 and 10 yard, curls, right? Whatever you want to do with him, I think you're able to do that. He has a very extensive route tree. So I would love to see, a T.Y. Hilton come here for a cheap deal. These are all, but presumably cheap deals. I don't want to pay nobody too much to come here and be our number 3 wide receiver. Now, the last one is someone I've seen a lot of people talk about, and that's going to be Jarvis Landry. I think that Jarvis Landry is probably the perfect player. If I'm being 100% honest, I think Jarvis might be the perfect guy to come on and bring to the Philadelphia Eagles. You don't need him to do too much. You look at a Zach Pascal, right? We didn't need you to be a deep threat. We didn't need you on screens. We didn't need you to do a lot of different things. We just needed you to be solid. We just need you to catch that ball when the other two are covered. And I think Jarvis Landry is the definition of catching that ball. I mean, the man does not drop the ball. I think he has not had a over 6% drop rate since his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken. The man just doesn't drop passes. And I feel like, again, the veteran presence added to that, it just brings immense value. And he can be a guy, again, I think he's only 28 or 29. How old is he? He's 30. So he's 30. He's a guy that you can have on this team for a couple years. I mean, realistically, you can have him for a year or two while you're getting, a Quez Watkins ready, or if you want to draft a guy and get that guy going. It gives you that option. It gives you that opportunity to really just mold somebody in the absence of having, a wide receiver 3. So I think that T.Y. Hilton makes a lot of sense. He does because he's a vet. But I think if you're looking for the best fit, I think that you're really looking at Jarvis Landry or even a Robbie Anderson. I just think that they fit what we are. They fit the type of attitude we have, the scheme that we have, the culture that we've built. I think those guys can be perfect, just plug and play type guys. And again, like I said, it gives you the opportunity to teach these young guys how to become professionals, how to become a solid wide receiver in this league. And that's what this whole offseason has really been to me, is about giving yourself that freedom, that opportunity when it comes to next season, that you don't have to do anything. You can literally just pick the best players and move forward. So that was just a quick video. I wanted to get this out. I want to know what you guys think. Who are some wide receivers you're looking at? Are you done with free agency? Would you rather just go in the draft and get somebody? Maybe I'll do a top 3 in the draft wide receivers who could be our wide receiver number 3. You guys let me know in the comments. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. Happy Monday. Go watch my UConn Huskies win that national championship. But yeah, y'all know what it is, man. It's Fly Eagles Fly. And we are out here. Peace.
Eagles fans everywhere. This is for you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast.